So guys, what happened in court today was actually not what we wanted to hear, because right now the case has been adjourned to 10th of October, like 3 months time. Why? Because of the judicial judicial holiday, but what do they call it? Just take a look at this video, hear what these people have to say about today hearing in the court. What happened? Like I said, it was not what we expected to hear that happened in court. Just take a look by the video and let me get a video in the comment section.
From what transpired in court today, it is clear that the federal government is not interested in releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I repeat, from what we saw in court today, it is very clear that Tinubu is not interested in the rule of law, not interested in justice and fairness on this particular Nnamdi Kanu case. They are interested in the politics they are using Nnamdi Kanu to play. I told you before that Tinubu is using Nnamdi Kanu to play chess with the Fulani. This government is first interested in their politics. They are not interested whether you have freedom, whether you have justice, or the rule of law must be obeyed. They are not interested. All they are interested in is politics. Now look at the report from the court. The court ruling regarding Nnamdi Kanu's case has been postponed to October 10th, 2025 as the judge takes a vacation. The judge has taken a vacation after he postponed the court ruling. My question this morning is that, would Nnamdi Kanu ever be released with this type of Nigerian judiciary that we have? Would Nnamdi Kanu, would he ever get justice? Nnamdi Kanu said that he is going to go to their court and defeat them in their court. Now explain to us what defeat means, because it seems like you cannot defeat this corrupt system. There was a judgment given some years ago under Buhari, but look at where we are today. Now, this judge came. Let me read this take. This particular take, will explain what I am going to say. He says, he came with deceptive, accelerated hearing. This judge, Omotosho, came in the guise of, I want this case. I want to this case in the shortest possible time. Let us end this case. The judge came with the impression, after Nyako left, Omotosho came and started deceiving everybody, in quote, according to this take, that I want to make sure that this case is concluded in a matter of time. So everybody were hoping, okay, it seems like this judge is interested in the rule of law, or not using all these mago ruling to extend something that can be concluded within 1 month. Now, though some of us were just following up the case, but we knew this judge is Nyesom Wike stooge and was positioned to punish Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with unending case adjournment. His accelerated hearing is now heading to 1 year. Let us finish it now. You don't enter 1 year. You took up this case few months ago. You promised everybody that we are going to conclude the case by 18th. We need to conclude it once and for all. People were happy and rejoicing that at least we are going to see the end of this case. But now, usually this season, the judiciary goes on a recess. This particular season, the judiciary actually go on a recess. And it's unfortunate that the case is going to drag till the 10th of October. Justice, deceptive, accelerated hearing. You have adjourned the case to October without consideration that an innocent man will be in detention and you will be with your family on vacation. When Nnamdi Kanu said that he's going to defeat them at the court, I had some skepticism. I never really believed that he was going to defeat them at the court, because you need to explain what defeat is to me. What is happening today? The federal government is in control of everything. My question is, would this judiciary do justice to this Nnamdi Kanu's case? I'm not asking whether he will be released. Would they do justice to Nnamdi Kanu's case? This is horrible. I am not disappointed, because I know this kind of system does not produce any good thing. I'm not disappointed. I knew already that Tinubu is going to use Nnamdi Kanu to play politics from now to... If Tinubu enter, I'm telling you, if he uses Nnamdi Kanu and he succeeds, he will not still release Nnamdi Kanu until the time of whatever restructuring they are going to do. Until Fulani run mad, that is when he will now have to put Nnamdi. I told you, Nnamdi Kanu is on a standby. Tinubu is waiting for the Fulani to change her for them. Then he go use Nnamdi Kanu and some other elements. Put pressure on them, make them fear. Then change it for them. But if you think that this system is capable of justice, man, you are joking. If you think that this system is capable of justice, you are joking. So it is very important for us to note that the forces behind Nnamdi Kanu's detention, most of them are known. Most of them are our brothers or are people that are Igbos. Ohaneze, Southeast politicians, the governors, political stakeholders in the Southeast, they are not on the same page with you and I who wants Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Whatever you see your House of Rep member or senator do, it is all eye service. Because even the proscription of IPOB was through the consent of the governors of southeastern Nigeria when Buhari was president. The governors of the Southeast cooperated with the Buhari to proscribe IPOB. So whatever we are going through today, we should understand that we have a bigger problem with ourselves as Biafrans. People don't want this young man to be released. They don't believe in Nnamdi Kanu. They don't believe that his release will bring liberation to whatever. That's why I said the other time that the Yoruba nation may be the first to leave Nigeria with the way Igbos are doing. I'm telling you. So it is unfortunate that we are experiencing this at this point in time. We know that the Fulanis, they are happy. They don't want Nnamdi Kanu to be out. Britain is trying to keep this guy in, detain this guy, and make sure that he becomes unpopular. Carry out propaganda against him to disconnect him from his people. But the more you detain this guy, the more many people love him. The more many people want to listen to him. Anytime he comes to speak, they know what they are doing. Now, if you're watching this broadcast, can the Nigerian government, I want you to put a comment. Can the Nigerian government actually do justice to Nnamdi Kanu's case? I want to know. Because the way it looks, normally, Tinubu is interested in his second term. Even if it's a Peter Obi, even though not Peter Obi, he will not release Nnamdi Kanu like that. Because the Fulani influence in Nigeria is much more. I'm telling you, Fulani influence in Nigeria is beyond. Forget all this adjournment. You go see say, they go adjourn. You go reach 2027. This one that they got to 10th of October, they will now tell them, oh yeah, open your defense. That's the next thing. Open your defense. When they open defense, they will drag defense, they will drag defense. You get to a point, something will just happen. The judge will say, I can't take up this case anymore. He will drop the case. Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. He's still in detention, incarcerated. He will drop the case. They will play pinky panky, left, right, center, tumbo. At the end of the day, nobody is nowhere. See, nobody is accountable for anything. Maybe another judge comes up. After they don't focus, they will divert your attention to the election. After this judge actually dropped this case, they will divert your attention to the election. Everybody will occupy the election. Election this, election that, election this, election that. Umari and Co. have come out to say a lot of things about Nnamdi Kanu's release and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Tinubu will do this, Tinubu will do that. Thank God Umari himself knows, say, even though Tinubu releases Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that does not warrant support from the Southeast. I'm telling you, even the Nnamdi Kanu, at the end of the day, if he agrees to be released and drops the agitation and starts promoting something else, he will become a persona non grata. So the agitation, Biafra is bigger than anybody. Biafra would outlive everybody watching me today. Biafra, if you're watching this broadcast, Biafra will outlive everybody. So nobody stops Biafra at any point in time. We know what Umahi, Uba and Co. We know what the governors in the southeast. We know what they are doing behind the closed doors, behind the scenes, against this. Because Nnamdi Kanu comes out today and says something that we are going to do this. He continues his broadcast. He starts his broadcast. Man, people will listen to him than the Southeast God. Shebi, when he was in exile, he said a lot of things now. And the governors will say their own. Some people say, I beg, make these governors go sit down. Because the governors themselves, they are not capturing the sentiment of the people and play politics with it. I don't know why it is hard. Maybe the Fulani has given them a task, a mandate. He has given them a mandate. So the way I'm looking at it, Tinubu is not ready to release Nnamdi Kanu until the Fulani wants to change it for him. And the Fulanis, they are very careful. They know what they are doing. They are very careful not to so much. I asked somebody, one Igbo man was ranting, was shouting. This government is wicked. I asked him, if you are the president, let's look at the two sides. If you were Tinubu, would you release Nnamdi Kanu? For those that can think critically now, not emotional people. Even though Peter Obi, if it were Peter Obi, do you think Peter Obi will release Nnamdi Kanu like that? Is it possible for Peter Obi to release Maz? That is the question. I can see your comments. You can put your comments down. But as it stands, this government is not ready for justice, the rule of law, and equity or fairness, however you want to look at it. All they are interested is how they will be holding on to this power. And you know what? One thing that will make me happy is that with all these things that we are asking the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to do, we are beckoning on him, do this and do that. Do this for us. Let us restructure Nigeria. At the end of the day, if this man does not restructure Nigeria, then the joke is on him. I tell you, the joke is on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu if he does not restructure Nigeria. We have reports that BRGIE is in talks with the United States on how Biafra can liberate itself. This is another topic I want to talk about. On how Biafra can liberate itself from the shackles of this Nigeria, one Nigeria. And this is led by a particular faction in Simon Ekpa's camp. I didn't want to look at it in the first place, although I'm disappointed with this ruling. But let's look at it. What are they saying? Now we are talking about you cannot get freedom from US. You cannot get freedom from Finland. You cannot get freedom from Britain. The West cannot give you freedom, genuine freedom. It comes with a price. And whatever price you are going to give the West, because all this money people are contributing, you contribute money, give to a particular person. The person will say, I am lobbying a US senator. I'm lobbying. The US will not recognize you if they are not going to have a lot of tangible things from you. Nothing the US does for you is free. People are running away from the United States. You people are carrying yourself. You package yourself, put in your life in the hands of the US. Ogen Kere and Co. You see, sometimes we are the architect of our own problems. How will somebody tell us that Biafra is in talks with the US? I have said this before. When Finland disappointed everybody on Samanepa, they were saying Finland is traitor. I told you. See, liberation is how you can come together, build yourself, build capacity, and be able to send a message. Why is Israel respected? Because Israel has built capacity over the years. It is not by going, let's stop now, help us now, let us have Biafra. You don't have Biafra like that. You build politics, you build yourself, come together, have a direction, have a development plan, have an agenda, pursue that agenda, become powerful. See, this thing is not for the weak. The strong will prey on the weak. What do I say? The strong will prey on the weak. As people from the southeast, What are we doing to build ourselves? It is not all these talks about US. You are saying you're having talks with US so that you can raise money from people and start gallivanting up and down, say you are doing one or two things. Most people that have joined this agitation have been deceiving a lot of people. You're not telling people the truth. When Nnamdi Kanu said, I'm going to go to their court and defeat them, I was laughing. You know why I'm laughing? I know you may look at it from this angle like he's going to prove that he's innocent. But what sense does it make that you are being captured and you are at the mercy of your captor? Don't you think that Nnamdi Kanu is at the mercy of Nigeria as we are here today? Nnamdi Kanu is at the mercy of the Nigerian government and Nigerian officials. What can you do? Look at how the government is playing left, right, center. Yes, we will make sure that we finish this case. I cannot spend a lot of time on this case. With swift judgment, blah, blah, blah. Now, swift judgment now, don't spend 1 year. Trust a particular people at your own peril. I'm telling you, Justice Omotosho is playing the Nigerian script. I told somebody that Justice Omotosho cannot release Nnamdi Kanu. They are using him to play politics. Although we hope for him to get released, but they are using him to play politics. There are bigger powers. Tinubu and co. If Tinubu wants to release Nnamdi Kanu today, nothing stop him. If Tinubu wants to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu does not push Biafra again, he knows how to do it. He will seize his passport. He will live in a secluded. His movement will be monitored. His movement around Nigeria will be monitored. He will be given conditions left, right, center. Even if he accepts it, most of these conditions now, Nnamdi Kanu may not accept it. Not to speak about Biafra, however. So it is in the hands of the federal government to deal with this situation. But they will tell you, they went to meet Buhari. Buhari told them, go and meet the AGF, go and meet Malami. People that kidnapped, go and meet people that carried out criminal act. You are at the mercy of people that carried out the criminal act. You think this Nigeria as it is now? Like do you think Nigeria will allow a Nnamdi Kanu? Forget those people that are saying 5 plots of land. See una dot in a circle. You have nothing. You have no relevance. You have no this. You have no that. Forget those people. I've told you before that if Biafra is allowed to go today, the Yorubas and the Fulani that are forming fake love, they will never stay up to 6 months. I'm telling you. If it's confirmed that Biafra is a country, they will never stay up to 6 months. I'm telling you. I'm telling you the gospel truth. So that is the reality. So we know that Tinubu, at the end of the day, is seeking for a second term. And Nnamdi Kanu is one of the cards available to him. If Igbos are thinking, if you think till tomorrow that they will release Nnamdi Kanu, my brother, let me tell you now, this Tinubu, he's going to release Nnamdi Kanu on the condition that he gives him not to disrupt his presidency for 8 years. And number 2, on the condition that Fulani won't come scatter the country, using the election won't come scatter the country, like the way they scattered Jonathan. And if it's clear, if Atiku and co are desperate enough to threaten the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu the way APC threatening Jonathan, that they're bringing people into the country, ready to cause chaos, ready to do a lot of things, a lot of harm to people, scatter everywhere. That is when Tinubu will be considering releasing Nnamdi Kanu, because the Fulani hate to see Nnamdi Kanu free. They hate it. That is why a Fulani-led federal government had to go to the extent of kidnapping, committing international crime. They don't care. They commit crime. They don't care. They don't care. So people are running away from the United States. Some elements are telling us that we are having talks with US. We are having talks with that. Don't we have intelligence? We need to have a certain kind of intelligence to operate in this swamp. You see, it is the strong that will prey on the weak. Just all of a sudden, people say want to talk to the US. Well, it's because of Vanguard that posted that, Even not for Vanguard, I don't have any issue or I don't have anything to say about all these reports. of Ogen Kere and Co and all of you. Esamanekpa today, they arrested him today. Within 3 days, all of you are fighting yourself, you are splitting yourself. Is that how, if they carried Biafra and put in your hands, is that how you would treat, is that how you will run a Biafra? If you ask people these questions now, they'll be looking at you as if they are not hearing you. Is that how you run Biafra? The Nigerian government, after holding or kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu, they tried their possible best to undermine the agitation, IPOB and Co. After creating saboteurs and whoever left, right, center to sabotage the movement, at the end of the day, these guys became strong and stronger by the day. I'm telling you. But now, look at where we are today. If Nnamdi Kanu, well, I know, I hope, I believe, nothing happens to Nnamdi Kanu. I just pray nothing happens to him. I hear somebody say he's going to Kirikiri. He's not supposed to be in DSS prison in the first place. He's supposed to be at the correctional center. I've not confirmed that information. But nothing should happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every Igbo man, every Biafran is under detention by Nigerian government. And Nnamdi Kanu's carriers go for detention. No. I tell you, Nnamdi Kanu carriers go for this situation. But one thing I'm banking on is restructuring. There's not just one way to the farm. There are different routes to the farm. So we are banking on restructuring. If the country eventually is being restructured, my brother, everybody will answer their father's name. But I know, this political class, these people, Fulani, they have hijacked northern Nigeria. They have hijacked the opposition. Now, northern Fulani, now the opposition in Nigeria today, they tell you that them get Nigeria, they are born to rule. So they are the opposing voices. And if Tinubu wants to release a Nnamdi Kanu, my brother, a lot of things go stop. Whether he has the courage is a different ballgame entirely. But the point here is that he would want to score political points. Look at how he's romancing Buhari's death and everything to look good in the eyes of northern Nigeria. Somebody said that the way Tinubu is handling Buhari's case, I'm beginning to love him. But when I remember what he did to El-Rufai, man, I don't think I will fall for his gimmicks anymore. If the federal government let them keep disgracing themselves home and away. Let them look for new evidence to discredit this man. Let them look for it. I know they are looking for every possible means to make sure that they discredit Nnamdi Kanu. But it won't work. It did not work in the past. And it won't work. Biafra is bigger than everybody. Biafra will outlive everybody. So, from now till 10th of October, we wait and see to the end of this judgment against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Like, after waiting for 1 month, what we are hearing now is that they've adjourned it to 10th of October, 3 months' time. I've said that these people don't have anything against Nnamdi Kanu. All these things they're doing, all this grab we are doing, they will just to keep on delaying Nnamdi Kanu because they know that Biafra is a must and Biafra will walk out immediately if Nnamdi Kanu is released. So they want to be delaying it. I don't know why they push something that they know that is going to happen, but they keep on delaying it, something that will still happen. I don't know what they see in Nnamdi Kanu that they've kept him in detention for how many years now? Buhari that kept in detention have even died. Then what is now stopping the current government to release him? Knowing fully well he have done nothing wrong. And it's as if this new judge and the government are even now working hand in hand. Because the previous judge, we all know what happened. That the government had his family under control. So he was controlled by the government. How are we sure that this is not what's happening right now in the current government? Because it was still the government that chose this person. So we all know how this thing is being played out. So we have to wait till 10th of October to conclude the case. But this is so shameful, and this is not what we expected to hear from the judge and from the court hearing today. But that's what we've heard, and we don't have any choice than to wait till 10th of October. So let me get your views and your thoughts in the comments section about the video. Watch now, so you guys see my next video.